ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारंभं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिं पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयम्। Namaste. I welcome you all for yet another grammar course on Karaka. The main purpose of this course is to introduce the concept of Karakas and the various uses of Vibhakti Artha. So Vibhakti's Artha. Okay, let me share the slides. Is it visible and I am clearly audible, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Karaka.
Guruji.
So, before entering into Karak Prakarana, I would like to ask few questions. For communication purpose, Vakyam is very essential for communication. But what does actually Vakya means according to your opinion?
रख दो मेरी क्लास चल रही है।
Hello. So, what does Vakya or sentence means according to you? Anyone can answer freely, you can speak.
It's a group
May I
of
try?
words.
G. Yes, please.
It's a group of words.
Group of words. Is there any other Vyakhya of Vakyam?
Sentence communicating a message.
Sentence communicating message. Good.
अर्थपूर्ण वाक्यों का समूह है।
अर्थपूर्ण वाक्यों का या पदों का समूह?
पदों का समूह है।
Okay. Okay. So there are 2-3 Vyakhyas we got. But if we make a Vyakhya pada samuham Vakyam, will that be the clear definition or spashta definition of Vakya? Let me put some words together. Pada samuha Vakyah. Vakyam iti uktam khalu. Pada samuha. I will put Rama word, Ganga word, Brahmana word and some another Dadati or Da word. So there are 4 words. These 4 words, these are called Vakya Samuha, Pada Samuha, Padanam Samuha. Are they convincing or giving any meaning?
No.
They are not conveying any meaning. Why? Because we haven't added any pratyayas to them. Only Rama, Pratipadika cannot give any meaning. Again, Brahmana, that is also Pratipadikam. Mere Pratipadika cannot give a meaning. So there are 2 definitions. Pada Samuham Vakyam. But which kind of Pada Samuha? Actually, Pada word is very important. Pada means what? Those who have studied some sutras, they might know what is Padam. Padam means Suptingantam Padam. Okay, there is a concept. There are Subanta Pratyayas which are added to words like Ramah Shabda if you want to decline. Ramah, Ramau, Ramaha. To make this kind of forms, we need to add some Subanta Pratyayas. Right? For example, Harihi. Hari is a Pratipadikam, main Shabda. Thereafter we need to put Su or Jas. Then it will get a form Harihi, Hari, Harayah. This kind of all words are called Padam. That is one thing. Second thing, Tiganta. Tiganta means what? Tip, tas, anti. This kind of some pratyas they are added to Kriya Pada, main root. Right? Gacchati. So Gam is main root. By adding Ti pratyaya ultimately it becomes gacchati. How it becomes, there is a big prakriya. That is another topic. So if there is a particular pratipadika along with subanta pratyaya, then it will be called as padam. Mere Ram Shabda cannot be called pada. Is that clear? In the similar way, mere root gacha, patha cannot be called pada. So when we say pada, means which have subanta pratyaya. That word which is having subanta pratyaya with it, right? In similar way, tiganta pratyaya. So that is called pada, and that pada samuha is called vakyam. But even pada samuha cannot be called vakyam if we do not put any kriya pada. So second definition is ekating vakyam. You put padas together, but there should be at least one kriya pada. Ekating means at least one kriya pada. Then that will be called as vakyam. And there is a famous rule in Vyakarana, apadam na prayunjita. You cannot use mere kriya pada. For example, Rama, Brahmana, Dhenu, Da. These are mere words without any pratyayas. And you cannot make sentence by using mere pratipadika without adding suffixes to them. Is that clear? Apadam.
May I please ask, sorry to disturb, Pratipadika is a noun, is it?
It is noun without adding any pratyaya. Like subanta pratyaya we haven't added. So yeah, it is noun.
Okay, thank you.
Correct. Rama, Brahmana, Dhenu and Da. These are nouns. But until we add subanta pratyas to them, we cannot use this kind of pratipadika. Okay, so apadam na prayunjita, we cannot use any pratipadika before adding subanta or tiganta pratyaya. And after adding subanta or tiganta pratyaya, then any pada can be used. For example, Ramaha is subanta pratipadikam. Dhenum is subanta pratipadikam. Any word which have declension like Ramaha, Ramo, Ramaha, Ramam, Ramo, Raman, etc., etc. Guruhu, Guru, Guravaha. These words are called subanta pratyayaha, subanta shabdaha. Okay, and there is another word for kriya pada, tiganta shabdaha. So whenever you find ti, taha, anti, si, taha, saha at the end of some pada, that is called tiganta pada or tiganta shabda. Okay, that is explained in next point. Padam nama kim? Subbantam nama su aujas adi pratyayaha ante esham bhavati te shabdaha subanta shabdaha iti namna nyayante. So those pratipadikas which are having subanta pratyayas, these are called subantas. And similar way, if there is a particular root along with ti, taha, anti, etc., that word is called pada. Right? So Ramaha, Ramau, Ramaha is subanta shabdaha, patati, patataha, patanti is tiganta pada. Okay. Now there are subanta and tiganta pratyayas. But whenever we say Ramaha, Ramau, Ramaha prathama, Ramam, Ramau, Raman dvitiya, so there is a particular meaning for prathama, for dvitiya, for tritiya, etc. How does that meaning comes to those shabdas? For that we are studying, to understand that concept, we are studying Karaka Prakarana. Okay, now Karaka Shabda, also something new for us. What does Karaka means? There are two definitions. Kriya Janakatvam Karakam Athva Kriya Anvayi Karakam. Very simple meaning. Anvaya Shabda you remember. Anvaya means what? Connection. Okay, Anvaya means connection. So that word which have connection with Kriya Pada, the word which is directly connected with Kriya Pada is called Karakam. Is that clear? if there is a particular word which has direct connection to Kriya Pada, that particular word will be called as Karaka. For example, Ramaha Dadati. So there is a Kriya Dadati. With that Kriya, there is a connection of Rama. So Ramaha Dadati, one who gives, he becomes connected to that Kriya. So Rama is connected to Dadati Kriya. That's why Rama word will get Karaka Samnya. But which Karaka? There are some sutras, Swatantra Karta, etc. etc. We are not going to in sutra, but I will make sure that you know some meaning of sutras. Okay, how many Karakas are there? So there are particularly Shad Karakani Santi, Karta, Karma, Karana, Sampradanam, Apadanam, and Adhikarana. Shat Karakam. You have to remember Karta Karakam, Karma Karakam, Karana Karakam, Sampradana Karakam, Apadana Karakam, and Adhikarana Karakam. If you remember this shloka, it would be great. Karta Karma Karanam cha Sampradanam tathaiva cha Apadanam Adhikaranam athva Apadanam Adhikaranam ityahu Karakani Shat. These are 6 Karakas. Namely, I am putting here Karta Karaka. Karta means what? Very simple thing, doer, a doer of action or agent or subject of action, very simple. For example, Ramaha Dadati. So with Dadati Kriya, Rama, the word Rama has direct connection. So that's why Rama Shabda is called Karta Karakam. Okay. Second, Karma. Karma means what? Object of action. For example, Ramaha Dhenum Dadati. Now again there is a Kriya Dadati. With that Dadati Kriya, there is a connection of Rama. That's fine. Even Dhenu word is connected to that Dadati Kriya. If you make a question like Kim Dadati Ramaha, Kim Dadati, you will get answer Ramaha Dhenum Dadati. So Dhenu is also connected with Dadati Kriya Pada. That's why that is called Karma Karakam. Please mute, there is some noise. If you want to ask question, you can unmute and please you can share your thoughts or whatever you want. Okay. Then there is a next Karakam. Karana Karakam. Karana Karakam means what? The instrument of action. Right? Instrument or any Karanam, Upakaranam, athva Sadhanam of action. For example, Dadati is another Kriya. So Rama is giving. Giving by what? What instrument or what sadhana? So Ramaha Dhenum Dadati was a sentence. There we need to add some instrument. Ramaha Hastena Dhenum Dadati. So he gives that cow by his hand. Right? So Hasta is also directly connected with Dadati Kriya. That's why this Karakam is known as Karana Karakam, the instrument of action. Right? Then fourth one, Sampradana. Sampradana means what? One who is receiving that karma object. For example, Brahmanaya Dadati Ramaha Dhenum Dadati. Ramaha Kasmai Dhenum Dadati. Ramaha Brahmanaya Dhenum Dadati. Now one who is a receiver of that Dadati action will be known as Sampradana. There is a famous word Sampradana. One who gets that object or one who receives that object. That person will known as Sampradana. Okay. So Brahmanaya, Brahmana becomes Sampradana. And whenever we want to show Sampradana, to denote that Sampradana, we have to use fourth case. We will see that when Vibhakti Artha Prakarana comes. Next one, Apadana. Apadana means what? The place of separation. For example, same Goshtha actually means Goshala or where cows stay. That place is called Goshtha. गोठा मराठी मध्ये बोलतात त्याला. गोशाला ये दूसरा वाला शब्द फेमस है. और गोष्ठ मीन्स वेयर एक्चुअली काउज और ऑक्सेस एक्सेट्रा स्टे. गोष्ठात ददाति. So now Rama is bringing that cow from which place? From his Goshala or Goshtha. So now there is a separation of that cow from that place. So whenever we want to show separation of object from some place, that place is known as apadana. Apadana. And to show that apadana, we have to use Panchami Vibhakti. So there is a particular place. That place will be known as apadana karakam, and to show that apadana, we need to use fifth case. Like Goshtha is a word. To show that apadana, we need to use fifth case Goshthat. It means the apadanam means where the object is separated from that place. Okay, next one, last one. Adhikaranam. Adhikaranam means what? The locus of action. Adharah adhikaranam. Now, while giving that cow, Ram has to stand somewhere. Where he is standing? Let's see, Ganga Tire. Ganga Tire Ramah Brahmanaya Dhenum Dadati. Now, to stand somewhere, he needs some Adhara. That Adhara is Ganga Tira. So that Ganga Tira will be known as Adhikarana. Adhikarana. And to show that, to denote that Adhikaranam, we need to use Saptami Vibhakti. So these are 6 karakas: doer, karta, karma, object of action, karanam, instrument, sampradana, recipient, apadana, the place of separation, and adhikarana, the locus of action. Is there any doubt in this slide?
Just want to ask you for 5th and 6th Vibhakti Karaka, any more examples of the 6th one and the 5th one, please?
6th one. Now, are you asking about Vibhakti, right? 6th Vibhakti, 6th case. Right?
Not Vibhakti, this Karaka
This-
only.
okay,
Example of
correct.
Karaka, sorry.
Okay. Apadanam actually means the place of separation. Let's consider this is called Upanetram, glasses. Okay. And this is hand. Now I am putting my glasses on my hand, and because of some reason that glasses is falling down from my hands. It fall down, right? It fell down. Now this glasses is separated from this place. So this place will be known as apadana. It will get new name as apadana, right? And to denote that apadana, we need to use 5th case. Is that clear?
Understood. Thank you.
Okay. And similarly, if I am putting this upanetra, these glasses on my hand, for this upanetra, for these glasses, adhara is my hand, right? Locus of action is hand.
Right.
So this hand will be known as adhikarana.
Right.
And to denote that adhikaranam, we need to use 7th case.
Understood. Thank you.
It will be more clear. Again, we are going to see few more slides. Fine. Which sutras, if you do not understand these sutras, just leave it, but I will introduce laterly. In last class, again, I will focus on these sutras. So see, there is some pictures. Shikshakah likhati. So there is a lekhan kriya. To do that lekhan kriya, there should be some karakam connected with lekhana kriya. So who is that? Shikshakah. Shikshakah likhati. So that Shikshakah padam is known as karta. And there is a particular sutra, Swatantraha karta. Means what? One who is independent to perform action, that person will be known as karta. And to denote that kartrukarakam, we have to put kartrukarakam in first case by pratipadika arthalinga parimana vachana matre prathama, by that sutra. So these sutras are not required. Just understand, whenever we want to put some karakas or whenever we want to show some karakas, we need to put into vibhaktis. So to denote that karta, we have to use prathama vibhakti only in active voice. Similarly, if Ramaha phalam khadati, let's consider another sentence. Let's take another sentence. Ramaha phalam khadati. In this, Ramaha khadati, there is a direct connection with kriya pada, with khadana kriya. So Rama is karta. Now, what is ipsitatamam for Rama is phalam. What he wants to eat, phalam. So that phalam will be known as karma. Karma means what? Kartuhu ipsitatamam karma. That which is more desired, that will be called object, like phalam. Okay, and whenever we want to show karma karakam, we have to use second case by karmani dvitiya. Whenever we want to show karma karakam, we have to use dvitiya vibhakti. Is that clear? That's why we are putting Ramaha phalam. Phalam is dvitiya vibhaktyantam padam. Okay, similarly, बालकः अथवा छात्रः विद्यालयं गच्छति. छात्रः कर्तृकारकं, विद्यालयं कर्मकारकं. Now he is going or he is visiting a school, so we need to put some instrument, right? So let's consider there is a car and he is going by car, so we will put yanena vidyalayam gacchati. Now this yanam is becoming sadhana for visiting not temple, what? Vidyalaya, right? So that is known as karana karakam. And to denote that karanam, we have to put tritiya vibhakti. So karanam is what? Sadhakatamam karanam, that which helps to accomplish some kriya. Okay, and to show that karana karakam, we have to use tritiya vibhakti. Very simple. Again, sampradana. Sampradana means what? Karta. Like consider Ramaha Lakshmanaya pustakam dadati. Now there is a kriya pad dadati. With that dadati kriya, Rama is connecting Lakshmana with that dadati kriya. Lakshmana is a receiver of that action. Okay, he will be known, Lakshmana will be known as sampradana because he is a receiver. And to show that sampradana karakam, we have to use chaturthi vibhakti, right? Chaturthi sampradane chaturthi vibhakti bhavati. So one who is a receiver of that action will be known as sampradana karakam. And to show that sampradana karakam, we have to use chaturthi vibhakti. Okay, now another example. Jalam patati. Jalam patati. There is a patana kriya, correct? And there is a separation of jalam from somewhere. Okay, so let's consider meghat. There is only one mega, so let's take singular. Meghat jalam patati. Now that jalam is separated from that megha, cloud, right? So that cloud will be known as apadana. Apadana means what? The place of separation. Dhruvam apaye apadanam means what? The place of separation. And to denote that place of separation, we have to use fifth case, panchami vibhakti, right? So meghat is panchami vibhakti, that is apadana karakam. Jalam patati, that was the example. Pita, last example I will give. Pita putram paryanke, bed. Paryanka nama bed. Okay, paryanke shayayati, he is making him to sleep, right? So that paryanka is adhara for that balakam, that shishu, right? and that adhara will be known as adhikarana karakam. Adhikarana karakam. And whenever we want to denote that adhikarana karakam, we have to put that adhikaranam into seventh case, like पर्यंके शाययति अथवा तत्र स्थापयति इति. Okay, is that clear? Please ask if you have any doubt, otherwise I will move further, you can ask me later. Okay, now let's see one by one. कर्ता कारकम, कर्म कारकम, करण कारकम, संप्रदान कारकम, अपादान कारकम and अधिकरण कारकम. Okay, first is karta karakam. Karta means what? With reference to a given action, the agent or we can say doer of action will be called as karta. He will get new technical name, that's it. Okay, so doer is known as karta or subject of action is known as karta in Sanskrit. So just remember the word doer or karta. Okay. For example, he sees the elephant or an elephant. So he, in this sentence, he is related to action of seeing. So that he will be known as kartru karakam atva karta. Okay, similarly, next, it's very simple again. Whatever I have elaborated, that is explained. Okay, karma, object of action. You can make a notes. Saha gajam pashyati. With the action of seeing, pashyati, an elephant will be the karma, gajam. And to show that karma karakam, we have to put it into dvitiya vibhakti. Right? Similarly, karana karakam. Devadattah hastena odanam khadati. There is a khadana kriya. Khadana kriya. So with reference to that khadana kriya or action of eating, that hand is called karana, sadhanam, upakaranam. And to denote that karanam, we have to put that karanam into tritiya vibhakti, hastena. Similarly, Sampradanam Devadattah Brahmanaya Dhanam Dadati. That Brahmanaya is a receiver. To that receiver, that person will be known as Sampradana. And to show that Sampradanam, we have to use fourth case, Brahmanaya. Okay, now fifth one. Fifth one, Apadanam. Fifth karakam is Apadana karakam. Apadana means what? The place of separation, or is place of separation. There I need to make a change. Amraphalam vrikshat patati. There is a separation of that phalam, that fruit, from that tree. So that tree will be known as Apadana karakam. And to denote that Apadana karakam, we have to put that particular pada into fifth case. Right? So it would be vrikshat athva vrikshebhyah amraphalani patanti. That is the another way to make it. Okay. Now last one, adhikaranam. Adhikaranam, the locus of action. Similarly, see sentence. Sa mata athva mahila swaympaka grihe pachati. Annam pachati, odanam pachati, whatever. Right? Sa pachati. Now, to do that pachana kriya, what is the adhara, what is the adhikarana, or what is the locus of action? Swampaka gruham. Right? So, swampaka gruham is a adhara for doing that particular kriya called pachati. Right? So, to denote that adhikaranam, we shall use seventh case. Swampaka grihe is seventh case. Right? Adhikarana karakam. So here similarly, Ramaha khadati, Rama is becoming karta. Balakau vidyalayam gacchataha. So karma Vidyalayam is karma karakam. To denote that karma karakam, we need to put it into dvitiya. Yanena sampradanam. Right? Okay. Now, this was karaka prakarana. After that, vibhaktis. How many vibhaktis are there? 7 vibhaktis. Prathama, dvitiya, tritiya, chaturthi, panchami, shashti and saptami. What is the difference between vibhakti and karaka? Karaka definition, do you remember what is the definition of karakam? Anyone remembers? Kriyanvayi karakam, that which has direct connection with kriyapada, isn't it? For example, let me say Ayodhya. Do you know Ayodhya? Sixth case will be Ayodhyayaha. Ramaha dadati. So Rama word, the word Rama has direct connection with dadati kriya. But when I say Ayodhyayaha dadati, would that be correct sentence?
No, Guruji.
No, why not? Ayodhyayaha dadati. If I say that, will that
There is a
convey a
different-
message? Ji?
There is different karaka. Ayodhyayaha.
There is no karakam.
Home karaka. हाँ. षष्ठी विभक्ति अस्ति न?
There is a shashti vibhakti. There is no particular karakam. Karakam means what? That which is direct connected with
Kriya.
kriya. Now,
Kriya.
what we can say? Okay. Ayodhyayaha Ramaha dadati. There is a connection between Rama and Ayodhya. Not directly connected with dadati. Ayodhyayaha Ramaha, in between Ayodhya and Rama, there is a connection. But Ayodhyayaha and dadati, there is no connection. That's why that Ayodhyayaha will not be called as karakam. Is that clear? That's why we do not say Shashti Vibhakti does not come in any another, it does not fall into Karaka Prakarana. Shashti Vibhakti will not be put into Karaka Prakarana. Okay, because it does not have direct connection with Kriyapada. It would be connected with some another word. Right? Like Ayodhyayaha Rama athva Dasharathasya Putraha. So there is a connection between Pita Putra, but not with Kriyapada. That's why we do not use Shashti Vibhakti, or we do not put Shashti Vibhakti into Karak Prakarana. Okay, now Vibhakti. Then what does Vibhakti means? So there is a particular sutra by which all Subanta and Tiganta will be known as Vibhakti. They will get another name as Vibhakti. But mostly, Prayaha, Subanta Pratyayas, if we add Subanta Pratyaya with nouns like Ramaha, Ramu, Ramaha, those Pratyaya denotes Vibhakti. Right? Like Ramaha, Ramu, Ramaha, Ramam, Ramu, Raman, Ityadikam will be known as Vibhakti Pratyayanta Shabdaha. So Ramaha, Ramu will be Prathamanta, Ramam, Ramu, Raman will be Dvitiyanta, Ramena, Ramabhyam will be Tritiyanta, etc. etc. You have to know. Right? Okay. Now those Vibhakti Pratyayas, all Vibhakti Pratyayas will convey different meanings. For example, Ramaha dadati. I have already given a sentence. Ramaha dadati. Ramaha would be a karta karakam. It will do a vastu nirdesha, or we can put any pronoun or noun into that. Bale pritihi. Now bale is which case? Bale pritihi asti.
Wale is seventh case.
Seventh case, right? So seventh case will denote the locus of affection or love, right? So that Bale word particularly will show adhara of priti, love, etc. Balasya pita. Here there is a association. Balasya pita. Again there is a Shashti Karakam, Shashti Vibhakti, which shows a connection of Pita Putra. right? So all vibhaktis will convey some meaning. Prathama vibhakti will show vastu nirdesha, Dvitiya vibhakti will show object, Tritiya vibhakti will show karanam, Chaturthi vibhakti will show sampradanam, the receiver of action. Apadana will show separation of action, the place of separation. Shashti vibhakti will show connection of pita putra, mata putra, guru shishya ityadikam, right? And seventh case will denote adhikaranam. So those will be the different meaning. Now let's come to the vibhakti prakara. Pratama vibhakti is known in English as nominative case. Dvitiya vibhakti, so these are nouns. If you want to remember, you can remember. Tritiya vibhakti, instrumental case. Chaturthi vibhakti, dative case. Panchami vibhakti, ablative case. Shashti vibhakti, possessive case. And Saptami vibhakti, locative case. Right. Okay. Now let's study Prathama vibhakti, nominative case. When we can use Prathama vibhakti? So there are some rules. I will ask some rules, like whenever we want to show any vastu, if you want to do vastu nirdesha, like kupi, if I want to say this is kupi, I will say esha kupi asti. So those esha word, esha sarvanam plus that kupi noun will be put into Prathama vibhakti. So whenever we do vastu nirdesha, that particular pada will be used in Prathama vibhakti. So any noun you pick up, Upanetram, it is in Prathama. Duravani, Esha Duravani athva Sa Duravani is in Prathama vibhakti. Tata Pustakam, Prathama vibhakti. Grantah, Prathama vibhakti. Balakah, Prathama vibhakti. Any another word you can use, any word. Ramah, Krishnah, right? Deshah, etc. etc. That is first thing. Second thing, कर्तरि प्रयोगे कर्तृपदस्य प्रथमा विभक्ति भवति. Very simple rule. Whenever we want to make a sentence in active voice, we have to remember three things. What? Kartrupadam, Karmapadam and Kriyapadam. Karta, Karma, Kriyapadam. Whenever we want to make a sentence in active voice, Karta always will be in Prathama vibhakti. For example, Ramah vanam gacchati. Ramah. So Ramah is a Karta, Kartrukarakam. And to denote that Kartrukarakam, we have to use Prathama vibhakti. Is that clear? Ramah is Kartrukarakam because he is performing an action of going, right? Gacchati, vanam gacchati. So to denote that Kartrupadam, we have to use Prathama vibhakti. Is that clear? Prathama vibhakti. So whenever we want to make sentence into active voice, Karta always will be in Prathama vibhakti. Okay, now let's go that Prathama Kartrupadam, Prathama vibhakti. Now what is remaining? Vanam gacchati. Second padam is vanam. So now vanam is an object. So whenever we want to make a sentence in active voice, karma always will be in dvitiya vibhakti. Karma padam we need to put into dvitiya vibhakti, right? So Ramah vanam gacchati. Is that clear? Okay. Now let's go that vanam part also. Now Kriyapada. What about Kriyapada? Kriyapada will follow Karta. Remember. So 1, 2, 1. Remember this number. 1, 2, 1 means what? 1 means Karta always will be in Prathama vibhakti. 2 means what? Karma always will be in Dvitiya vibhakti. And again 1 means what? That Kriyapada will follow Karta. Like for example, Chhatraha Vedam Patati. So now if we want to change Chhatra into plural, what we can make?
May I say, Guruji?
Chhatraha. Correct, Chhatraha. Now let's make a sentence. Chhatraha Vedam Patati. Is that correct sentence?
No, wrong.
Chhatra
No,
bhavina
no.
patati. Why not?
Pathanti.
Patanti.
It's a
Why?
pathanti.
Because if karta is in prathama vibhakti, prathama purusha, bahuvachanam, kriyapada also should be in prathama purusha, bahuvachanam. If we are making chhatraha, bahuvachananta rupam, pathanti also should be in bahuvachanam. Like pathati kriyapada will change into pathanti. Okay, again. Mm, let's take aham. Aham vedam pathami. Would that be correct sentence? Aham
Yes.
vedam pathami.
Yes.
Is it? Did I say pathami? Kshamyata. Aham vedam pathati. Is that clear? Correct sentence?
No, wrong.
No.
No.
Why not?
Pathami.
Because
Karta
aham.
and Kriyapad.
Hmm.
Prathama Vibhakti.
Now vibhakti doesn't matter here. Purusha and vachana matters.
Purush
and
matter.
same
Is
होना
a
चाहिए.
when you say pathati, it will be like a prathama purusha, right?
हाँ, it is pratham purusha and aham
Is a
उत्तम पुरुष.
uttama purusha.
uttama
एक
purusha.
वचन.
Means what? 1 to 1. Whenever there is a karta in prathama purusha, kriyapada also is going to be in prathama purusha. Whenever there is a kartrupadam into uttama purusha, like aham, again this kriyapadam is going to change. That's why 1 to 1. Right? Okay. That was first rule. Now based on this second rule, you have to make few sentences. Can you? Few sentences, at least 4 or 5 sentences. Then we will move to next rule.
Ramaha vanam gacchati.
That is already done. Something else.
बालिका श्लोकम पठति.
Balika shlokam patati. Correct. So balika is kartrupadam, shlokam is karmapadam, and patati. Did you say patati, right? Patati is kriya. So, balika vedam patati, balika shlokam patati. Some another sentence.
Mata odanam pachati.
Mata odanam pachati. Again 1 to 1. Mata prathama vibhakti, kartrupadam. Odanam is karma padam. To denote that karma padam, we have to use dvitiya vibhakti. Odanam. And patati will go, it will follow that mata padam, right? Matru padam. One more sentence.
Yes.
Balika
Vadantu.
बालिका क्षीरं पिबति.
Balika kshiram pibati. Again, there is a kartrupadam balika. To denote that kartrupadam, we have to use dvitiya vibhakti, right?
No.
हाँ, गौरी जी, श्री गौरी जी. Am I right?
Yes,
I said, listen, huh? Whenever we want to show kartrikarakam, we need to use dvitiya vibhakti, right? Is it?
No.
No. Then
Prathama vibhakti.
prathama vibhakti is free attention. Huh? Okay. Now, balika kshiram pibati. Kshirapadam is used into karma karakam. So whenever we want to show karma karakam, we have to use dvitiya vibhakti, right?
Right.
Yes.
Yes,
Right.
correct.
Okay. Kshirapadam would be in dvitiya. So kshiram pibati. Pibati will be followed by main padam, balika padam. Okay. Now another rule. This is also very important rule. Now little bit change. कर्मणि प्रयोगे कर्मपदस्य प्रथमा विभक्ति भवति. Again there is a 3 things to remember. Karta, karma and kriya pada. 3 things are going to be there in this prayoga also. 3, 1, 1. This number you have to remember. Means what? Whenever we want to make a sentence in passive voice, karta will be in third case. 3. In tritiya vibhakti. Right? Karma will be in prathama vibhakti and kriya pada will follow karma, not karta. Is that clear? 3 1 1. 3 means what? Kartru padam will be in tritiya vibhakti, karma padam will be in prathama vibhakti, and kriya pada will follow karma, not karta. Is that clear? For example, same example I am putting into karmani prayoga. See, chhatrena vedah pathyate. This is called karmani prayoga, passive voice. Veda is studied by chhatra, right? So chhatra is in which case? That chhatra padam is used in
तृतीया विभक्ति
tritiya vibhakti, and it will be known as which karakam? Okay, kartru karakam.
Karta.
Karta. Karta, it will be put into tritiya vibhakti. Vedah. Which karakam is this?
प्रथम कर्ता प्रथमा विभक्ति कर्ता कारक
Is that karta karakam?
Karma karakam.
Karma karakam. Correct? Now there is a difference between kartari and karmani. You have to remember two things. 1 2 1 kartari prayog, 3 1 1 karmani prayog.
कर्मणि प्रयोग.
Right. So whenever there is a kartari prayoga, karta will be in dvitiya, right?
Yes. No, sir.
Whenever there is a kartari prayoga, karta will be in prathama vibhakti, karma will be in dvitiya vibhakti, and kriya pada will follow kartru padam. In karmani prayoga, karta will be in tritiya vibhakti, karma will be in prathama, and kriya pada will follow karma. So now, based on these, you have to make sentences. Now I will listen you, and if need to correction, if it is required to correct, I will correct it. Now it's open for all. You can make a sentences. You can turn on even cameras if you wish or you are comfortable. Otherwise, it's fine. Now make sentences into karmani and kartari prayoga. First kartari prayoga we will make into karmani. Anyone?
I will say
अश्वः तृणं खादति.
Ashvaha trunam khadati. Ashva is kartrupadam, trunam is karmapadam, and khadati is kriyapadam. Right? So whenever we want to denote kartrupadam, it would be in prathama vibhakti.
तृणः no अश्वानि
Okay.
तृणः खाद्यते.
Vastutah trunam is napusakalinga shabda. So trunam trunani, it would be same. But kartrupadam you have to put into tritiya vibhakti in passive voice, right? So if you
sorry, ashvena
trunam
खाद्यते.
correct. Okay, someone else?
May I, sir?
Yes, please.
बालकः वेदं पठति बालकेन वेदः पठ्यते.
Balakan, same sentence that was already done. So you make into plural.
बालकः बालकौ बालकाः देवेन देवाभ्यां देवैः बालकैः वेदः पठ्यन्ते पठ्यते पठ्यते पठ्यते
Pathyate or pathyante?
पठ्यते.
Why pathyate, not pathyante?
वेदः तदर्थं क्रियापद
Also will be in singular. Whenever we want to make a sentence into passive voice, we have to focus on karma padam. If there is a karma padam into prathama vibhakti, then kriya pada also will be in, not vibhakti, purusha and lingam. If it is into prathama purusha ekavachanam, kriya padam also will be in prathama purusha ekavachanam. Right? Okay. Some another sentence.
may I try, Guruji? I've been trying
Yes,
to
please.
say गायकेन गीताभ्यासं sorry, I'll speak in the active voice. गायकः गीताभ्यासं करोति.
Hmm.
Convert it to, how should I convert it? Any special instructions?
Yeah,
I'll
you can. You can.
to the plural. Okay.
हाँ, make it into passive.
गायकैः गीताभ्यासः क्रुधतु, what can I do?
क्रियते.
क्रियते.
Hmm.
क्रियते. धन्यवादः.
गायकैः गीताभ्यासः क्रियते. गायकाः गीताभ्यासं कुर्वन्ति. गायकैः गीताभ्यासः क्रियते. समीचीनं. Yes, please. All can. You. Now, who wants to make?
रजकः वस्त्रं क्षालयति. रजकेण वस्त्रं क्षाल्यते.
क्षाल्यते. रजकेन वस्त्रं क्षाल्यते. Right.
गुरुः शिष्यं बोधति.
बोधति.
गुरुः शिष्यं बोधति. So गुरुणा शिष्यं बोध्यते.
What mistake you made?
ओ शिष्यः.
शिष्यः बोध्यते.
शिष्यः.
So there are two kind of kriya padas. Bodhati comes under prathama bhwadigan. Bodhati means to understand, and bodhayati means to make understand. Okay, so guruhu janati, whatever you made, that means he knows shishya, right? Okay, another sentence.
पाककारः धान्यं पचति. पाककारेण धान्यः पाचयते.
No, again.
पाककारः धान्यं पचति. Passive voice is पाककारेण धान्यः पच्यते.
Again, dhanyam is napusaklinga shabda, so you can use napusaklinga rupam. Dhanyam pachyate. Yes. Others? सबको एक एटलीस्ट एक सेंटेंस बनाना है.
महोदय, पूजा धातु है. पूज्यते आत्मनेपदी में ही चलेगा, तो फिर कर्मणि प्रयोग.
पूज्यते आप जब आत्मनेपदी प्रयोग, जब आपका सेंटेंस कर्मणि में होगा, तब सारे के सारे सेंटेंस आपके क्रियापद आत्मनेपदी हो जाएंगे. ठीक है. हाँ, बट पूजयति इज नॉट आत्मनेपदी, मेयरली आत्मपदम, इट इज उभयपदी.
पूजयति भी हो सकता है.
दोनों हो सकते. पूजयते ऐसा भी हो सकता है, पूजयति ऐसा भी, उभयपदी है वो. तो रामः शिवं पूजयति, रामः शिवं पूजयते, दैट इज एक्टिव वॉइस. But when you want to make passive voice, it would be Ramena Shivah Pujyate. Only one form you can make. You cannot make Ramena Shivah Pujyati. That would be incorrect.
नृपः ज्ञानं पूजति, नृपेण ज्ञान नहीं.
Again.
नृपः ज्ञानं पूजयति.
पूजयति. हाँ, पूजयति और पूजयते.
पूजयते. हाँ, नृपेण ज्ञानं पूजते.
करेक्ट
हो सकता है ना.
हाँ, यस, करेक्ट.
क्योंकि ज्ञानम नपुंसकलिंग है, तो ज्ञानम ही
ज्ञानम. Who didn't make a sentence?
I am yet to try.
And I didn't, but I'm not even clear of what we have to do. Sorry.
No, you have to make a simple sentence into active voice. Then we can translate into passive voice. That's it. Today that much practice is sufficient. Any sentence you can, simple sentence. By using karma padam and kriya padam. That's it.
I'll try. Probably I'll get it wrong, but I'll try. Ramah bhojanam karoti.
हाँ, Ramah bhojanam karoti. That is Active voice.
Now we have to turn it to
Passive.
explain passive voice to me once. What is this noise?
Yeah, I muted her.
Sorry.
Mrinal ji, whenever you want to make a sentence, you let me know. There is some noise. Okay. Passive voice structure you need to understand.
311.
311, correct. So,
So what is passive
it
voice
is-
to begin with?
Sorry.
Explain passive voice once.
Again, three things will be there: Kartrupadam, Karmapadam, and Kriyapadam. In both cases, in active voice also, in passive voice also. In active voice, we have to remember 1, 2, 1 means what? Kartrupadam will be in Prathama Vibhakti, Karmapadam will be in Dvitiya Vibhakti, and Kriyapada will follow Kartrupadam. Means what? It will follow Kartrupadam means what? Whatever, if there is a Karta in first Purusha, or second Purusha, or third Purusha, Kriyapada also will be same respectively in first or second or third, right? If Karta is in singular, Kriyapada also will be in singular. Is that clear?
Clear.
Correct. Similarly, now in passive voice, what happens? Karmani prayoga itself gives a meaning. What? Karma pradhana yasmin prayoge sah karmani prayoga. Karma will be prominent in that particular passive voice. Prominent means what? Mukhya. So now our focus will be on karma padam, not kartrupadam. So kartrupadam would be in tritiya vibhakti, karma will be in prathama, and according to karma, kriyapada will change. Right? For example, G.
No, I said okay.
Sentence, your sentence, we will put into passive that.
Any sentence. Ramah bhojanam karoti.
Ramah bhojanam karoti. So now Ramapadam was in Prathama, it will go into
Tritiya.
Tritiya Vibhakti. It would be Ramena. I hope before starting this course, we had completed another course on Shabda Prakaranam, how to decline words and Kriyapadas. So based on that,
I haven't done. Yeah, I haven't done.
no
That's
problem.
why.
But if you remember Rama Shabda, Ramaha, Ramo, Rama, at least Rama
Right.
Shabda, it will be clear. Okay. So Ramena, it would be. Bhojanam is already Napusaklinga Shabda, so it will remain. Form will remain as it is, but it is Dvitiyanta now. Ramena. In Karmani Prayoga, it would be in Prathamanta. Ramena Bhojanam. Now, whenever you are using any word, any noun, that nouns comes under Prathama Purusha. Always you have to remember. If you use any noun, that would be put into Prathama Purusha only. So, Ramena Bhojanam. So, last Kriyapada will be according to Karma Kriyate. Okay. Now, we'll do brief summary what we have seen. So first we started with Vakyam. What does Vakyam means? There are two definitions. Vakyam, Pada Samuha. Pada Samuha means Padanam Samuha, the collection of words. But it should be meaningful as you explained, and there should be at least one Kriyapada. Ek ting Vakyam. At least one Kriyapada there should be. Otherwise, Ramaha Brahmanaya Gam. If we do not put Dadati, it is not going to give any meaning. So at least one Kriyapada there should be. Right? So that was the Vakyam. Then to denote that Kartrikarakam, Karmakarakam, we have to follow that Karaka Prakaranam. What does Karaka means? Kriya Anvayi Karakam. That which have connection with Kriyapada. Like Ramaha Dadati. Ram has connection with Dadati Kriya. So that's why that will be known as Kartukarakam, and there are 6 more Karakam. Kartrikarakam, Karmakarakam, Karanakarakam, Sampradhanakarakam, Apadhanakarakam, and Adhikaran. Each has particular name. Kartrikarakam means what? Doer or agent of action. Karmakarakam means object of action. Karmakarakam means, Karanakarakam means instrument of action. Sampradhanakarakam means what?
Receiver of the action.
Receiver of action. Apadhanakarakam means what?
Point of separation. A place of
Place
separation.
of separation. And adhikarana karaka means what?
Locus of action.
Locus of action. And to show those all karakas, 6 karakas, there are some vibhaktis. To denote kartru karakam, we have to use second vibhakti, right?
No, Prathama vibhakti.
Prathama vibhakti. To denote karma karakam, we have to use
Dvitiya vibhakti.
to denote karana karakam, we have to use tritiya vibhakti. For sampradhanam, chaturthi vibhakti. For apadanam, panchami vibhakti. For adhikaranam, saptami vibhakti. So what is the use of shashti vibhakti then?
Sambandha.
To show connection of any word like pita putra sambandha, guru shishya sambandha. If there is a connection between two things, to show that connection we have to use shashti vibhakti. Dasharathasya putra, Kausalyayaha putra, Sitayaha pati, like that. Is that clear? And then today little bit we saw prathama vibhakti and the usage of prathama vibhakti. Okay. So where do we use prathama vibhakti? To do vastu nirdesha. Vastu nirdesha in the sense to show any vastu, we have to use prathama vibhakti. That is one thing. Second thing, whenever we want to make kartari prayoga, active voice, whenever we want to make sentence into active voice, we have to put karta into prathama vibhakti, karma into dvitiya. Whenever we want to make passive voice, we have to put karta into tritiya vibhakti and karma padam into prathama vibhakti. Right? That much we saw. Tomorrow we are going to practice dvitiya vibhakti, karma karakam, along with the usage of dvitiya vibhakti. Okay? Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Hari Om.